Interesting 2 weeks again. Every week is interesting, but interesting in a few subtle way. Um, we've been in a party last weekend, so couldn't do any live stream or podcast. We wanted to, but after a '60s party, what do you expect? You can't go happy chappy in the morning again. So yeah, '60s party. They knew how to party in the '60s, so we made it. We gave it a good go. We made our parents we made our parents proud. I reckon. '60s parties. I was like kind of a uh, I don't know. I was a kind of a model, an awesome model, I can say, like with a big chain and stuff. That was quite funny. And we did some singing as well. Enfin, my partner did. Kat, my partner in this crime of living. That's us there. Uh, can't really see it. Yeah, the great afro. Uh, that's not great. Oh, yeah, that's good. Anyway, and we did some singing. Well, she did some singing. Because me, I cannot really sing. I can sing in French, but I find singing in English pretty hard. So what else? We had we stayed with an accountant, our accountant. That's a funny thing because we say COVID divided people, but actually also COVID brought people together. When you find you in the same ideology of living, of questioning stuff, it also brings people together, and that's how we made her through Awake Businesses, Perth, and many other lovely people we met along the way, and it's sort of bounded together in a profound way because it's not like you want to do something or it's for fun or it's just like a casual thing. No, this is was intentional, and we sort of had the same ideas, the same not the same ideas, but the same fight in a way, the same conviction, and that's much more solid and brings a much stronger friendship. I think it's like who will you take in a battle? The guy that pretend or the guy that's actually there, all the way on the side of you, next to you, doing the work, in another way. But then you met and you just realized that yeah, those people all along. It could have the same, but the same the same path, just the same sort of ideas, just different people with different life, and it's quite fascinating. So yeah, that's what we did. We went to Baker, no, something Hills. Anyway, it was 2 hours drive east. We got through a massive storm, and it was raining like crazy last week. Yeah, last week and last weekend, and we made it through to the '60s party. So after that, anyway, there was things, and now there's another thing. It's my birthday, so happy birthday to me! Cheers! I am actually 40. 40, what a number! Who will have thoughts? That's it. Thoughts. I don't. Say, I cannot say thoughts. But I try. Last time I did a terrible job on the my podcast presentation thing because I say something crazy like fault. What is my fault? Anyway, faults. I tried to articulate a bit better, but it's hard when you're doing things for the first time. Anyway, we're gonna get there. So what are we gonna on the menu? So yeah, 40s. 40. What an age. Well, what does that mean? 40. It's just a number, you know. You You're older than yesterday, but still younger than tomorrow. I think that's why we should see it. And there's one thing for sure, one ideology, one, every time you get past a number or whatever, is there's one thing for certain, it's we're all gonna die. And now it's how do you take the journey. That's what's important. It's not how do you go about the daily life. Full screen. Oh, that's good. um, how do you go about your daily life? That's what's important. Like I said, Jordan Peterson. It's not the things you do randomly that matter. It's what the things you do every day. The 60% goes 80% of your daily life. The morning routine, the stuff like that. Talking to your daughter or your partner on a daily basis. If you can make that right, yeah, that's basically 80% of your life sorted. And clean your room too, because yeah, it's hard to criticize others when you cannot do the work yourself. So it looks like what politicians are really good at is criticizing others for things they cannot do themselves. And that's interesting because it's the main point of our 20th century. What is right, what is wrong, and who's right is Putin evil. Oh, my tire is flat. It must be Putin. Uh, I don't have food in the cupboard. Must be Putin. My electric bill rised up. Mm, must be Putin. Interest rate. Oh, interest rate is a big one. Just rise the other day. Twice. Now that's the second time in basically 2 weeks. It rise just after 1 week after the other. Yeah, now it's up to what 6% or something crazy. Something start to be annoying. Something that start. It was always annoying to start with. Paying banks for be an intermediary between works and money and the handle of your money. Yeah, so I'm trying to find the raising rates again. Yeah, what did it rise by again? That's the old one. It's 5.8. So now it's went up again. It was I think 6% or something. Anyway, it's somewhere 6% now. So yeah, and I knew it. That's my fault. I was stupid about it. I knew it about 2 years ago or something. 3 years ago. It was all over the alternative news. Just be careful. The interest rate is gonna go up. Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah. All right, I'll do it. I got into doing it and talked to the bank, and it was like, oh, it was like at the time I think I was at 3% or 3.2, and they were offering me a fixed interest rate for. In Australia, you can only fix it for 2 to 5 years, I think max. Anyway, for just 2 years or something, they were still offering me like 4.5%. I was like, well, what 4.5 is way too high. Anyway, I was like, then I'm gonna look into changing banks and shit, and I never got around it, and then forgot it, and then voila, and then now I'm stuck with a stupid increase rate. I bet you basically the water is rising slowly. Rising slowly. Can you still afloat? You're swimming. So yeah, better get your safety boat floating, your safety harness, for floating, because it looks like the bank don't care. Oh, I don't think they ever cared. That's a joke by itself. Bank care. It's like all those ads where you see Westpac or Bank West or whatever. We care. It's like, yeah, we care about taking your money. We don't care about anything else. So it's always funny, those ads. They really think we brand dead watching those stupid things. So I'm having a green tea too as well, because green tea is good for you. So yeah, what we got on the menu tonight? We got a few things. We got a few things. We don't have any paid sponsor or nothing like that. That's a thing that people say, or like a disclaimer usually. But I don't think we disclaim on anything. I mean, just I would say no. You can say no financial advice, no whatever. I don't see the point for now. Let's see if we get banned on YouTube or something first before they come after us or me. So what we got here tonight? Oh yeah. So yeah, I've got no update yet on my hat. With France, and I wanted to put New Zealand because my friend is from New Zealand. So maybe we can put that also. We can try to improve New Zealand. That would be nice. I'm gonna be cheeky because I'm just gonna put NZ, huh? New Zealand. That's it. I'm sure we can improve New Zealand too. That would be nice. And every other country on the planet. But anyway, we have to start somewhere. So give Trump a shout out because he started. And hopefully we can all do follow example or whatever because all the others are here to sink the ship by the looks of it. So what we can talk about is what about we talk about John Wick? I don't know if you've seen that movie. So if you don't seen it, or if you want to, still watch it without being a spoiler alert, well, just change stream or just watch something else because I'm going to spoil a bit the movie again. But yeah, John Wick. So how's this thing works? Screen sharing. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's all different order. It's hard to find when you're looking at a thing that is there. I think that's it. Share that. Okay. Can we see me? I'm not sure. John Wick. Yeah. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. Everybody can see that. I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, yeah. People can see that. So, yeah. John Wick with good old Reeves. Kenny Reeves. We'll say Kenny Reeves, whatever. So, what a movie! I think if you watch 10 minutes of that movie, you basically see in the whole movie in a way that's just repetition of death. I mean, I think that movie should be commented by Joe Rogan or something. It's like every 5 minutes or every time you encounter someone, it's like, oh, it's a jujitsu grab or this is a whatever grab, this is this grab, and I think it's more a technical, I don't know, grab a shooting movie, and maybe you can have a gun person that knows his gun and command all the guns. But that's it. The story is basically how many people can you kill? How long is that movie? In 202 hours. How many people can you kill in 2 hours, 49 minutes? So, and you can kill a lot of people. That's right. You can kill a lot of people in 2 hours, 49 minutes. So, yeah, who else is in there? Scott Atkins, Lance Reddick, Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen. That's a shame. I like Donnie Yen. I like Donnie Yen for his Ip Man movie. I thought that was pretty fun. mean, it seems not really realistic either, but this is so not realistic. It's not funny. I mean, they've got like a Kevlar suit that whatever you do, you're a superhero on it. Hey, Mimi, what are you up to? Can you try to don't make too much noise? Thank you. Yes, so where was I thinking? So you've got Donnie Yen, yeah, from the Ip Man movie. So John Wick. So yeah, if you've seen 10 minutes of that movie, you see the whole movie. It's basically a repetition of how to kill people. So that's about it. The moral of the story, I'm not sure. I mean, after killing, I think he killed 140 people estimated in that movie. Maybe you died. So I don't know. And then the question at the end, will he go to heaven or hell? I don't know. I'm sure he will not go to. I don't think he will go to heaven. That guy. What I find fascinating also is how incompetent the bad guys are in recent movies. I can see you. What did you steal? Chocolate? No. How incompetent the bad guys are. I don't know if it's a trend in the recent movies, but have you seen the Starship Troopers? Melody, can you wait a bit? Just wait a bit. Sorry for that. Anyway, what I was saying. Yes, the Starship Troopers. I don't know if you've seen the Starship Troopers movie, like even the Mandalorian or whatever. Those guys are so bad at shooting, it's embarrassing. Why are they even bad guys? I mean, you can classify bad guys. Can you shoot better or can you shoot worse? And the people who shoot better usually they go a bit further in the movie, like they have a bigger contract with the movie company. Like if you don't die in the first 2 seconds, hunting and counting John Wick, then maybe you've got a bigger payload at the end. So I think that's how it works. Otherwise, you just hear 2 seconds in the movie. I mean, they probably have the same guy, the same few guys, just with a mask. Anyway, we don't know who they are, so and they just keep dying on screen. It's a ship win. Well, we can't win if it's not the kids, it's the dogs. So anyway, John Wick. What else we can say about John Wick? Yeah, it cost a budget of $100 million. $100 million for 2 hours 49. $100 million seems a bit of a round number, too precise. 100 million. 100 million. That's a lot of zero. So $100 million here divided by how many is 2 hours 49 divided by so 60. This is 120, so it's about 120. Actually said 179 minute equal that's not possible. $500,000 a minute. That seems a bit much. There must be something wrong. Otherwise, it's something crazy. So let's say $100 million. That's 100,000. 100 to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 100 million. Okay, divided by So 2 hours 49. So that movie is about 3 hours. Let's say 3 hours. Oh, let's say we rounded to 2 hours 30. Let's say 2.5. 2.5. It's $40 million per hour. Yeah, it must be right. Around $40 million per hour. Imagine what can you do with that money again? I don't know. A lot of things. Does it bring contribution to the world? That movie? Can they left it for saying, "Oh, you should have no violence in the world"? And here they kill. They kill how many? Let's share another thing. So screen sharing. Yeah, screen sharing. How many people John Wick kill in all four? Share that. So they all say, "Oh, you shouldn't promote violence and violence extremists," and here they are, an Hollywood movie with the prime guy killing. I mean, in all of his four movie, the John Wick kill count is 439 people killed on screen just by himself. that's pretty. That's pretty amazing. I mean, John Wick, 77 on his first movie, and then Rose number 128 in chapter 2. On chapter 3, only 93 kill. Well, that's 299 total for the first three movies. And then on the third one, I think it's just an estimate because they couldn't even count it themselves. Where was it? It was somewhere like something stupid. 140s kill. Let me find it. I don't know. Oh, there. John Wick killed an estimate of 140 enemies in a movie all by himself. All by himself. That's pretty impressive. Oh, I don't know if it's impressive. What do you make of it? I kill 140 people in a movie. Does that make you an emblem or something to look for? I would like to know Peterson's thoughts on that. What is the model? What is the things to thrive? So, what is the model to follow in John Wick? Maybe the role model to be strong. I don't know, but you can't be that, or you probably transphobic those days. You too manly. I don't know. Do you think John Wick is transphobic? Good question. I think we should ask him. Except he's a fictional character, but nothing is real those days. So maybe fictional characters have more importance than real people, because it's like Biden saying that the death of Floyd is nearly as more important as Martin Luther King. I mean, are you for real? The guy that stopped segregation, make that the public knowledge and fight for it. His life is basically out to the end. Martin Luther King, we're talking. Everybody knows his speech. Hi, I have a dream. Live in a place, they all can all play together. Anyway, I'll lose him a bit, but yeah, I have a dream. Who doesn't know or heard that once? George Floyd, what do you know about it? He was on drugs. He was a criminal most of the time. I mean, he's got a criminal record. I mean, what a reference. I'd say it's nuts. So anyway, I'll diverge a bit. But yeah, John Wick. John Wick kill on average every 1 minute and 18 seconds. That's pretty precise across 101 minute runtime. That's John Wick 1. John Wick 2, every 57 seconds. John Wick 3, a kill on average every 1 minute. And chapter 4, a kill on average every 1 minute and 20 seconds. Oh, so they keep the same, rhythm. That's pretty nice of them. Killing only one people every minute and a half, or not exactly a minute and a half, but anyway, you can the point. So this workout of John killing an average of 42.7 people each day. I don't know. And they want us to believe that guy sleep normally. He's just like, yeah, he's having a rest, and I just killed nearly 50 people yesterday. I'm going to kill more today. That's all fine. This is good. This is good behavior. Anyway, that movie is weird, and of course, yeah. I think the first one was because of a puppy, and other things, but yeah, don't steal that guy a puppy, and now he's dead. He's dead. Also, his dialogue was dead in the movie. I don't know if his dialogue, but maybe he said 10 lines. Oh, I will kill you, and stuff like that. It felt like, like watching basically a video, a video game, you know. Except, when you watch a video game, I mean, the good thing about the video game is playing the video game. It's not about watching somebody play a video game. I mean, that's the new generation. They watch somebody do stuff, and for some reason, it's interesting. I mean, the interesting thing is, I think, it's doing the game. It's like I never watch sports. Like, I'm not a watch sport fan. I don't know why would you do that. Even for French, you'll think you watch soccer or something. But now it's much more fun to actually doing the stuff. I don't see the reason why you will focus on a screen and watch somebody else play. And it brings other crazy ideas. It's like, why those people are so incredible? It's just sports. It's sports. It's entertainment. When you had COVID at the time, you had so lockdown everywhere. You couldn't go anywhere, but they had to bring sports people here. That was okay, and they could have a grand final here. What do you explain that? Bread and circus, I guess. So movie stars and Hollywoods and entertainment, basically on the same basket. They're here to entertain you, not to make you smarter or any kind of a better person. John Wick. John Wick will make you a better person? I don't know. I don't think so, in my opinion. And I don't know why critics think it's a good movie. I mean, it's okay. It is okay. What can we share? We've got something else on John Wick there. No, that was John Wick there. John Wick. Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't think why people care about or should care about somebody like that. Maybe I lost my chain of thoughts there. Oh god, it's already 28 minutes. No way. I'm talking. I should speed up because I've got lots to talk about. So what I was saying also is like talking about John Wick. I think the only thing famous it's gonna be, it's not because of its moral content or because of its incredible action scenes. Or I mean, there's some that are fun, but I mean, don't you get bored? I mean, don't you get bored of the more insane it becomes? Like they have a fight in Paris in the middle of traffic, and they want to make us believe that's believable. It's like the guy is the only guy that, of course, that doesn't get. I mean, the guys get roughed a bit. Yeah, shut up. The guys get roughed up a bit, and never got I mean, injured to the point where he's like he cannot fight. So he get thrown under a few cars. He get hit by a few cars. I mean, he get fall from the stairs at one point, like a 10-meter stairs, and basically bunch into some stuff, bang, and then clap down in the middle of a fountain in a discotheque when they're all dancing. Like the guy are killing themselves and like and fighting and shooting, and the most of the people they're just like, oh, dancing. I say, oh, this is exciting. I don't think so. I don't think you stay here for long. Anyway, and then they have a big fight scene, and the water falling down on each side, and it's all fancy. And I think there's some rainbow colors, sublime colors around at the same time. Maybe a diverse, but again. But yeah, it's insane. I mean, the movie, the guys may as well be a superhero or something. That would be better than say this guy's just a killer. I mean, you can basically tell, like, every time they start a movie, the guy's not gonna die. I mean, what's the point? That's the hero, but they don't make it even exciting. So yeah, I think the only thing John Wick's gonna be fair for is his death count. So I was not sure. I was like, I was sure that the death count would be similar than something like Commando or a good old '90s movie, or Schwarzenegger or Stallone, a good Rambo movie. But no, I found apparently this movie. I mean, that's from Google, so take it with a pinch of salt. But that guy, no, this one can close. This one can close. Yeah, this one. Ogami Ito, Lone Wolf and Club, White Heaven and Hell. Body count 150. So I didn't know that movie. But so here you go, John Wick, and be in the whole fame of body count movies. After number one, a film from 1974. Looks like a samurai movie. Number two, you've got Smith, body count 41. Don't know that movie. John Peterson, John Preston, Equilibrium. At least that was a comedy. 118 as a manga. I don't think it's all. And then you have Rambo number 6 with 87. Wow, Rambo killed less people than Schwarzy. Apparently, Schwarzy, John Matrix, Commando, 1989, 1985. Body count of 87. So then you have Blade, and then another Rambo, 72. Riddick, that was horrible. Anyway, let's pass on about body count. So what else is going on? Yeah, so I reckon, Jordan Peterson, you should check him out. He's an interesting guy with interesting things to say. And we should stand strong for what we believe. Doesn't matter if we believe it. Doesn't matter if we think other people won't believe it. At least you stand for something. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing to stand for something and not let. Otherwise, what do you stand for? Everything is fine. Like, there's no bias, there's no limit, there's no line in the sand. There's no. Oh, with all the things they try to push on us, it's pretty crazy. Like the transgender stuff and who knows what else. Like, he's got a table of content that's quite interesting. I don't know if anybody's seen that table of content, but the 12 rules of life. So let's see if John Wick stands by these 12 rules of life. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. I think John Wick's fit in that category because he stands straight. He's a pretty strong guy. I guess. I mean, can't get shot so many times, or they're really bad at shooting. So he stands straight. You have to give him that. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Is John Wick treat himself like he was helping somebody else? I don't know. I doubt about that. I think if he was helping somebody else, he would have. He was if he was helping someone, he would just say, "Well, just forget about the dog, or the first place." I mean, and what they're saying, in everybody that he shot, there's no one bullet that shot a random person. Not even just that. That's no good. Oh, dang! I'm just made my 9/11. 9/11 just happened randomly in my cup of tea. So, yeah, makes friend with people who wants the best for you. That's the thing. I'm not sure his friends want his best for him. I mean, he's risking dying most of anything. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. I don't know if it counts for him. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Well, he doesn't have children, I think, so doesn't count for him. Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the will. Well, he's got a. He used to have a pretty neat house, so I guess that counts. Perfect when it's meaningful. I don't know if John Wick's goal of killing as the round table guys are meaningful. Maybe they're meaningful in the way because those guys could be like the Illuminati. If a John Wick wants to kill everybody else in that ground, I don't know if I'll stop him. I don't know. Tell the truth. Yeah, it does seems to tell the truth, or at least don't lie. I don't think he lies. Okay, assume that person you are listening to might know something you don't. Yeah, be precise in your speech. It's sort of precise. I mean, doesn't speak much. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding. I don't see anybody skateboarding in that movie, so that doesn't count. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. So you see, John Wick didn't pet any cat, so obviously he's not a great guy. I think. So, moral of the story: the John Wick thing has got no moral. So they spend $100 million for wasting our precious time watching somebody with not much moral shooting 140 people or one person every minute and 20 seconds. So yeah. Okay, let's move on. What else we got there? Jordan Peterson. Yeah, we sort of talk about it. Jordan Peterson. Oh, if you haven't seen that Jordan Peterson interview, you should watch it. That was just great. That was just like music for ears. That was basically every sort of man sometimes find himself in that situation with a woman that he tried to cannot win an argument, but he still find a way to get around it. And that's a great example of how to debate in an argument when you get attacked.
And
So
vengeful and arrogant and deceitful and of
it's
no
quite
use to
interesting.
themselves and of no use to
If
anyone
you haven't
else.
seen it,
No partner for a
just
woman, and
Google
there's
it and
nothing
watch
in
it.
it
Jordan
that's
Peterson
good.
debate on
So
the
you say, I
greater
mean,
pay
that
gap.
sounds pretty bad. You're saying
It's
there's a
bad.
crisis of masculinity. I mean, what do you do about it?
And that woman.
You
What do you do about it?
you help people understand why it's necessary and important for them to grow up and adopt responsibility. Why that isn't a shake your finger and get your act together sort of thing. Why it's more like a delineation of the kind
Hope you
of
can really
destiny
hear
that
that.
makes
I'm not
life
sure
worth
because I've
living.
got
I've
that
been
thing
telling
on.
young men,
So
but it's not. I wasn't
I
specifically
don't know
aiming this
because
message at young men
different
to
said
begin
last
with.
time.
It just
I'll try
kind
something
of turned
different.
out that way.
And
But
it's mostly, you admit, it's mostly men listening. I mean,
it is.
90%
Anyway, I'm
of
not
your
gonna
audiences are men,
Well, it's
right?
about
go too long about it on it, but it's a great interview. You should check it out. And I mean, it's some great point, like freedom of speech. What is it? What is freedom of speech if you're afraid to offend somebody else? You have to bring your opinion forwards and sort of stand by it. Otherwise, if you're afraid to offend somebody, well, you never have freedom of speech. And if somebody used that against you because you might offend somebody, then it's not freedom of speech either. It's basically 1984. That's where we're living in. The book of George Orwell. So they had some great argument about that, and also gender equality and gender pay. I mean, like I said to a podcast, there's a different reason for different things, and gender equality. I mean, it's you cannot have 50-50 in everything. It's basically communist idea, like or you've got 50% men, 50% women, and they should all do the same thing. No, we're different fundamentally, physically. Why would we want the different things and the different jobs and different? It's a ridiculous idea. It's basically saying that we should have all equal pay. It's the same problem, Women's and men's are different. They don't want the same goals. They don't want to work the same hours. Some women don't want to sacrifice everything, and some men as well. But some men are more willing to sacrifice everything to get the pay and so it's a different ball game altogether, and we cannot compare the two as just like a number. We're not numbers. If we know that now, we are humans. I think we're not numbers. So there's no point saying equality on everything, and it should be like that. It should be like no, just let the natural flow of life going, and then maybe it will work out at the end the best way. It's like how to figure an idea. It's like how to make it progress the best as you can. Well, just let the thing go by itself, and people with good intention will make generally the idea or the development better. I think that's the way to go. The other way is just try to control. Say no, you have to have 50%, and if you don't, we're going to fire you. If you don't want to, you're going to fire you and employ a woman or employ transgender. Look at the Biden administration. It's a bordel. It's like this, whatever's in there. I don't think they came from an ideological or like a performance background, or they just came. Oh, we need a person like that. We're gonna take it. And this, like they try to make like they make an administration those days like they make a movie. They have got the PR and the how do you call it, the person that choose the casting crew. So they go on the cast movie for political speech. They cast actors for political speech, and it's pretty much with the same with politicians. So they cast politician actors for political speech, and there's nothing else different than Biden and Jean-Pierre and who else is there? I mean, there's some weirdos. So yeah, gender pay and equality. I mean, look at the world we're going. It's like I had some fun today. I did something. Let's see if we can see that. So let's stop this for now. Stop it here. Oh no. Oh yeah. Let's see if we can we share this? Oh, how is that gonna work? Window, the screen. Oh no, last time I did that, it was pretty bad. So I'm trying again. So if I go there, I'm not sure if people can see that, but it looks like you can. Anyway, I'll try this way. So yeah, that's people. You know, imagine if you had like posters in your bedroom, like when you're a teenager or kids. You know, in the 50s, they might have what's his name, Dame Brigitte Bardot and I can't remember his name. It's terrible. And Marlon Brando. Is it Marlon Brando? Yeah, Brigitte Bardot and Marlon Brando, right? In the 50s, you know, back in the poster in your bedroom, you know, somebody cool or somebody that was fashion at the time. In the 90s, you might have Schwarzenegger, you know, if you're a boy or whatever, and Pamela. And now they want us to believe that in 2023 we've got Women of the Year 2022. And Elliot Page as the Man of the Year, or the man, whatever. And that's the Woman of the Year. That makes lots of sense, you know. I don't know. I still rather the 90s, to be honest, or the 50s. There's nothing wrong with the 50s. She's got a nice shirt, and yeah, she's got you know, she's pretty attractive. You know, she's got something, the hair bands there. This is like a crazy 50s or 60s hairstyle. 90s, well, good old Schwarzy, you know. Yep, Schwarzy, huh? And Pamela, well, Pamela is Pamela, huh? With a red bikini or red bikini on the beach. But now, 2023, I mean, it's not the sexiest model, but I mean, come on, Woman of the Year? And Elliot Page, where is it before his name? I can't remember exactly his name. So let's stop this. How do you stop screening? Stop screening. Anyway, I had a bit of fun. Let me know what you think in the comment, or if you want to comment or whatever. Actually, yeah, do comment. That'll be interesting. Tell me whatever you want. You know, let's share some ideas and stuff. And what if you can think of my little meme? I did a meme of all by myself, of the figurine, no, the famous thing, or not the famous thing. The people to. There used to be, you know, idols that you will put in a poster as a teenager in your living room or something, in your bedroom, not in the living room. I don't think your mom will accept that. Anyway, what else we got? So that was a bit of fun. A bit of stream. We did that. So yeah, and it makes me laugh. I mean, supporting Ukraine is also another thing. Supporting Ukraine through war, and nobody's talking about peace. I think, yeah, stop making movie like John Wick and make a peace deal. You know, I think that'd be more useful than bringing us to war with Putin. What a stupid idea. I mean, if you think Putin is a dictator, is so close-minded, it's so stupid, you know, it's so ridiculous. Everybody's got an evil in us, you know. Everybody's capable of the worst. What's hard is to do the best. And Putin just tried to do his best for his country, I guess, in a way. What makes him evil? What Trump's making evil? What is your definition of evil? First, you have to judge. Having you try to be good, and it's hard to judge. I mean, I'm not in his shoes. I'm not in his Putin shoes. I'm not in Trump's shoes. and it'll be pretty hard shoes to hold, I think. And when you look at Putin, that guy's been here for, I don't know, I think it is not the guy that, it's not like a Joe Biden who can stand up. I think he pretty stand up for himself. The guy's has been avoiding all the traps and politics for the last decades or more. I don't know how long he's been in his chair, but it's been quite a while. So I think the guy is not an idiot, far from it, compared to Biden or something like that. So if there is something really dangerous at the moment in the world, I think it's the ideology, ideology of it. The ideology can bring empire down, can bring people to die suddenly. And like I say, Colush, if I rather die, I rather die from me living, than dying from somebody else's causes. So yeah. Anyway, that's it on that. So Jordan Peterson, Ukraine, yeah. Twitter. What did I found on Twitter that was quite crazy? Biden, whatever. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think I found it. No, I just found it. Oh, there was something ridiculous about. I think it was Viva Fry sharing something. Oh, that guy! I cannot stand that guy. Kate Spade. And what is? Oh, that's so terrible. Also, a work biggest concern about Nashville shooting is that the media and police misgender the trans terrorist. Right. I don't think nobody cares about his name. That's not the issue there. The issue is that guy has mental issue. And I believe lots of those transgender people are, and that should be what's been looking after. Not if it was misgendered, though. I mean, what a ridiculous idea. Yeah, in the same ideology, they were showing. I think it was Viva Fry was showing that they were from the CDC. They were showing drag queen for kids, and yeah, Viva Fry. I like his tweets. No one is above the law. Huh? That's right. That's right, Trump. No one is above the law. Huh? What about Hunter Biden? Oh yeah, there. I think that taxpayer funded Canadian TV. I think that's it. This taxpayer-funded Canadian TV put out this segment, "Normal is Drug for Kids." I don't know if you've seen that, but that's
can't really
just.
explain.
Is this your first time
That's just what.
seeing a drag queen?
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Make me feel shit, you know. A little bit nervous. She's nice, you know. She's
I'm
a
a
kid.
little bit nervous. I've never seen a drag queen before.
And what do you think?
Look at that weirdo.
Cool.
It's great.
Yeah.
Why are you nervous?
That's cool. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just
No, it's not cool. She's nice.
different, and new. Yeah.
Do you think
Different.
that
Yes,
boy
nervous.
can
God,
wear
she
makeup?
doesn't want to be here.
Yes.
And would you agree that makeup is for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Where do you buy your drag clothes?
I bought this at Value Village, secondhand.
Anyway,
I make a lot of it, and sometimes I'll
Do you
buy
believe
them
this?
secondhand and I'll alter them to make them more drag.
so it's from the CBC News. I mean, look at that guy. It's basically twisting, getting them used to something that they shouldn't be used to already. You know, I think they've got enough problem to worry about when they're kid than bloody stupid drag queen. I mean, that's just it's just wrong. It's just there's no word for it. I don't know. It's like, you know, if you put your kid at school, what do you want them to be teaching? You want this to think this is normal? I don't know. It's like, what do you do? You know, when your kids is young, you know, you don't put you know, you say, well, you secure your house when he's a kid. You know, you don't put keys or anything small that you can grab and eat, and you don't put things on the floor that you can reach. You know, and then you have to teach them what is it she can reach, or what is it is dangerous and stuff like that. And you can work out it yourself, because you know, if you go around a fire, you can feel the heat and say, well, that seems dangerous, and they will hold on. But where's the heat from this? There's no, you know, physical danger to it of a drag queen, but there's a mental danger. You know, that's what we. That's where it's really dangerous. I think that's where it's the really harm. It's like we're basically conflicting the young mind to something that they shouldn't be dealing with of it, because they have no idea. That's like basically MK Ultra. You create an impact in their brain that's going to be usable for many years after that. It's not right, especially when the brain is not formed about sexuality or nothing like that. They have no, and then they look at this drag queen this year. I'll call it this. And it's just sad, man. It's just ridiculously sad, and many other things. So anyway, that's that, and that's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, transphobic. Partly transphobic is having definition. Having a showing a dislike or a strong prejudice against transgender people. Well, which one is it then? It's a dislike, it's having or showing. And it's a dislike or it's a strong prejudice. It could be any of those things. So it's quite vague, isn't it? Quite vague. Stop screen sharing. Okay. Yes. So what we're saying about Debbie, yes, you know, we bring people together. And what is the latest news on the ABC? I think it's ABC or CB News, whatever, Perth, whatever. So latest COVID-19 news and case. I mean, what is a case? A case. I've got a case of shoes. Doesn't make the shoes any good or any bad. Or I've got a case of. Could be a case of anything. You can make cases as you want. It's like asymptomatic. Oh God, it's hard to say. Asymptomatic. I'm asymptomatic. I'm really sick. I think I'm sick. I just don't know about it. I mean, imagine 5 years ago, you know, if you will go to you will have go to a doctor and say, doctors, I think I'm sick. I think I'm sick. He will look at you and say, what do you mean you think you're sick? Say, yeah, I'm sick. You know, I've got no symptom. I've got nothing to show, but I'm sick. He will have looked at you differently than today, I think, and he will have say, I think you're a bit sick. Yeah, I think you're sick, and maybe we can do something with that. You know, call the white guys. Come on here. There's somebody that's sick and it's got no symptom whatsoever. So yeah, but not today. We live where asymptomatic is a thing. It's a thing of COVID. Now you can be sick without even knowing it. And that's why the test is bloody stupid. Why would you test yourself? It's like a lottery ticket. I'll test myself. I'm sick. These things tell me I'm sick. What about you think for yourself and your body and whatever? It's like I think we lost the reality of things in this generation. I think they're trying to tell us, asymptomatic of a condition or person producing or showing no symptoms. Anyway, that was just specially used for COVID. I'm asymptomatic, but I must be sick. So I must isolate and do all of this. But it's like, yeah, we try to stop us, it's like when you have a date on something, being a chef, you've got lots of dates, on products, yogurts or whatever. Oh, date is expired or best of consumption, stuff like that. And I know people that just throw the food out. They say one day out or even the day before. It's like, why? Just look at it. Is it off? Or smell it? Does it still feel off? Or it's just basically no. It's pushing you to consume because you're not trusting you, and you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your senses. I mean, remember in kitchen back in the days, we used to just try every single thing in the fridge, mostly every day. Test it. We didn't put any date on anything, any label. We knew when something was off. And you test it, every day there was the test. There was like the control test. And then the head chef was coming around and I tell you, if something was off, you'll be in trouble. But so that's what you did. And then you put things on label. But basically, they stop trusting yourself. And then the mind is just a big waste. Like you put 3 days. I mean, even if it's a cake or whatever. Imagine you take a cake that's full of sugar and butter and it's in the fridge and it's wrapped and you only have 3 days. And I mean, you don't even put it out sometimes. You just stay in the fridge and it just, well, we have enough dessert or whatever, so chuck it out. Chuck everything out. Just dump it. There's no real meaning of trusting yourself and what's right and what's good or not. And you just follow a number, follow a date or follow something, follow a test. And just chuck it out and just, I'm sick. Me, I'm sick. Isolate me. I blow, I test that thing and I'm sick. So I must be sick, after all. So yeah, I think we should go back to trusting ourselves more, and because company, they're here for make money, if they can make you believe in something, that's perfect. That's the new way of making money and other things. And it's perfect for cases. It's perfect for fear mongering. It's perfect for everything like that. It's perfect for political agenda, but I don't think it's perfect for you. So think for yourself first before following those stupid things. What else we got? Yeah, well, apparently Trump's going to be arrested again. Trump. What was I saying? Donald Trump. Yeah. Donald Trump. What next for the US president after indictment of a hush money payment of a porn star? I mean, did you see a tweet of it? She even mentioned that there was no hush money. It wasn't even him. If you follow Viva Fry, you'll know, and Viva Fry and what's his good name? I like and Barnes. You'll know there was an old case that was so ridiculous, and it was not even him that was apparently paying the hush money. So, and she tweeted on her own feed. So they want to arrest Donald Trump again. I guess they're really after that guy, huh? They want to arrest that guy desperately for the last 6 years or so. Something ridiculous. I say, poor guy. But I say, God, that guy can still stand. If that guy can still stand, with that kind of pressure after all that time, I think we can do also a good job of it. Okay, we can follow his steps, because it's like the journey is not nothing is make it easy. The journey is hard to be hard. How it's gonna be hard? Like Tate was saying also. You want a six pack? Well, it's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard. So just be ready for that. And then when you get to speed pulse, it's gonna be rewarding. So what is it worth? What's worth anything? I mean, there's some, there was some, how do you call it, mainstreamers or influential people back in the day when I was watching all sorts of things, and Simon Parks and the things. They're full of crap, man. But anyway, it was interesting to see how people can fall for stuff. So yeah, Donald Trump arrested for nothing serious. Donald Trump indicted by Manhattan grand jury. Former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a New York grand jury. I don't know if I share that screen. Let me see. No, that's another one. Share screen. Donald Trump. Yeah, this one. Yeah, former President Donald Trump has been indicted by New York grand jury. You know why they're doing that? They try to say, well, if you got a criminal record, something, you can be a president. So, but if you listen to Barnes, that's not going to affect anything. So I think Barnes knows more than a journalist of some sort. But anyway, we're going to try. They don't want that guy. They never wanted that guy. They don't want an outsider. And that's what we should be. We should be all outsider and supporting change, because if we don't do it, too much stay the same. So yeah, Hashmani 100. I mean, catch and kill payment. New York Post. Braggart arrested later. Blah blah blah. Anyway, I think it's just a political witch hunt again. That's all the idea is, because they don't want that guy running again. That guy is scary. He's an independent. He's hardworking. He's definitely more intelligent than Biden. I can say that for sure. And then most of the people there, and he's got loyalty, and he believes in America. What's wrong with that? So yeah, where we going? Where we go? So Trump is on the media again. Oh, we've got a visitor. Anyway, what else is there? So Trump, asymptomatic. And I wanted to do a stream one day about my best leap on TikTok. What is that? Oh yeah, that was the drag queen thing. So yeah, we saw that. They're showing drag queens to kids funded by taxpayer Canadian government TV. I think Canada is going down the tube, man. Canada is a reflection of 1984. Yeah, 1984. Canada is a shame because it's such a great country. I love Canada. One day I spent maybe 6 months in Canada, and I stayed in Gaspésie. Where is Gaspésie? I don't know if you can see my screen. I don't know how to do that yet. Share screen live, or if you can see my search, or if you can do like that. Oh, maybe if you do Google. New tab. If I go to new tab and share the new tab, will that work? New tab. Oh, there you go. So if I go here, Gaspésie. Île de la Madeleine. Région du Canada and Quebec. Yeah. So images. There's that rock. I can't remember. There's a famous rock. Maybe that's it. What's it called? Traverser la Gaspésie à pied. Anyway, it was a beautiful region, really pretty. We were there in winter. No, sorry, in summer. Yeah, we got there. We basically landed by boat. I was coming from the Caribbean, so we went to Miami, New York, and then Halifax, and then Gaspé, and that's where we landed. We stopped in Gaspé. I think that's the town. Yeah, there's that rock. I can't remember how they call it. That rock. Anyway, famous rock or famous stuff to see over there. North America. Yeah. Well, it's not that precise, but anyway, let's see what we can see. Can't see it. Anyway, what I was saying. So we landed in Gaspésie, and then we went all the way to Montreal, and stayed about 6 months in Canada. And my point was, that's right, it's Canada is a great country. It was fun. People were so cool, so nice. Maybe sometimes too nice, you'll say. And we had no problem, hitchhiking. We hitchhiked from basically one side of the Quebec all the way to Montreal, all the way. Well, I mean, we went from boat, so we didn't have any kind of transport or something. We had some weird encounters, and at one point we had some random people. They say, "Well, I'll drive you there today if you give us a help moving shit." And I'm like, man, whatever. I had nothing else to do at the time, so yeah. And we randomly had some people moving their stuff from the house for a day or something, and then the next day the guy drove us like 300 k's that way. So yeah, fair enough. That's the deal. You give me something, I give you something. Fine with that. When we were moving stuff, the weird thing also was that there was two ladies. Like they were quite big ladies, right? And they were all just eating chicken treat or something. And this chicken treat, and we were moving the stuff for her. Like, okay, all right. Anyway, and yeah, what else? Then we encounter a guy who was living on a farm or something. Oh, and did you just find out screen? I think I'm alone sometimes. It's just anyway. Let's move on. And the guy had it took us from it drove us for 50k or something, and say, "Well, it's late, bringing you to my place." And then, yeah, all right, we were not sure, but say whatever, you're living with your tent, or you're being opportunistically at the time. I mean, when you have a tent, you can't really complain if someone offer you some place to stay. It's not like, yeah, do you smoke? Oh, yeah, what do you have from? What do you have? What cigarette do you have? It's like, oh, yeah, thanks. Oh, they're terrible. How do you smoke this? Anyway, you try to don't have that attitude. But so anyway, he offers a place to stay, so we went there. And the guy had two houses, and one was just a house for dog. That's all there was. There was dog. There was a dog house. So that was special. And we had like 2 random beds and on top of furniture and stuff, and it was just the weirdest place. Anyway, that was my experience with Canada, and then we stayed in the Gaspésie in a community, and we sell ravioli and stuff. But my point was that Canada was great and lovely people, clean place. There was a deforestation problem at the time, so I remember, because they were deforesting trees. I mean, sometimes it's weird. You drive along the road and you think there's trees everywhere, both sides of the road. It's like, oh, hey, this looks like a great forest. And then you stop because you want to pee. It's a bit like Australia. It's a big country, so the roads are long and boring. So anyway, except here it's desert and little bushes. Over there it's tree, and green stuff. So, stop in Canada, you go for a weird side of the road in the forest, and then you cross a bit the 2 or 3 meters of tree off next to the road, and then nothing. It's a desert. It's basically, they clean out every tree. Deforestation, clean. And yeah, at the time we were talking about it, I mean, that was in 2000 something, and yeah, there was a big problem because I think the common ground or public ground that so company, if I remember correctly, company at the time could just deforest anything, and then it's the government responsible for replanting it. So the company didn't care at all what they were doing with the trees and chopping it all, and then the government has to pay for it. Seems like a great deal for companies, not for the people, not for the government, because then it's the taxpayer money that repay for the companies that destroy the taxpayer, that destroyed the taxpayers' forest in the first place. I mean, how crazy is that? So yeah, there was some backpacking job at the time there. Also, you can replant tree for the government and shit. Canada, yeah. But I mostly, interfere with the people, and I didn't have much political things. I didn't speak that much English too all the time, so it's a shame. I would like to go back and shake the hands of every freedom thinkers. And that's the thing I wanted to do also one day, if I had the chance, is shook the hands of every freedom thinkers in the world. I will hire a boat. Buy a boat. That would be the best. If you support this, yeah, grab a comment. You get a boat and you go all around the planet, not the flat Earth, all around the planet, and you go and shake the hands of all the freedom thinkers. I'll know a few people I like to meet. That'll be really interesting. And at the same time, you go around seeing all the most interesting things that then has been conspiracy forever, as far as we can remember, like the pyramids and the Machu Picchu things, the sculpture in South America that you can only see from above, from high ground, from helicopters or whatever. I mean, there's so many things. I would love to see what about that island also with all the statues? Easter Island. And revisit that. Revisit with an open mind, I think, and that'll be quite something. And shake the hands of people like I don't know. I would love to meet Alex Jones and Viva Fry and Barnes and David Icke and who else? Well, anyway, anybody that think for themselves. I think everybody's got an opinion, and I think that's those freedom thinkers. They'll be the future builders of tomorrow, because I think we're here for a rough time. And when it's all gonna go to shit or collapse, we're gonna think of those people. Oh, they were right all along. I mean, we can see that we know with COVID and all those narratives they try to push us. Yeah, they were right all along, huh? Yeah, well, that's too late. They were right all along. There's all those conspiracy theories. And it's like, I was trying to have fun, but one day I would like also to make a video about the top, my top conspiracy theory all the time, or my top, whatever you want to call it. digging all the time. And must have asked her, what is this all for? I mean, we can't really see it, but that's basically 9/11 here. There's like a jingle puzzle. that's going to be 9/11. Anyway, so what else we got there? I think we're getting close to the end. I've been chatting for a while now, so COVID news now, we can shut that down. North American map. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. So last thing we should talk about is the 11 most popular conspiracy. And I mean, I love those subjects. I've been digging for, I guess, what was your weakest, your point of call, or your time where you say, well, this is something wrong with the world and I need to explore that? Well, for me, to be honest, it's actually when I was in a podcast, when I talked to Marshall about that UFO I saw right in the middle of the ocean. It was in the morning, like I say, and I saw the thing pretty much, passing with, I don't know, 50 meters, 100 meters, just and the weird thing is the silence. So just like, I didn't know what to do. So I stayed there with my coffee and see that thing go by. And then no witness, nothing to tell. So I think it's just in there. I have to trust myself if it really happened or not. I mean, it was early in the morning. I didn't have any hangover, so I didn't think I'd make that up. And yeah, there was a feeling too. So anyway, that was that. But then also my biggest thing was 9/11. I think 9/11 was started with things like questioning things. If one tower goes down in the middle of New York, and they're not small towers. I don't know if I was in New York in 2000 actually. Yeah. So I saw those towers. And God, they were massive. They were incredibly big. It's like, if you look at those towers, you think that's the last thing you thought it was in your mind. Those things can fall down just like that. Anyway, there was how do you go back? So that was my, it's like, there's no way those things can fall down. If you look at a tower in Perth, it's 100 story. We went to a 100-story building. I mean, those were massive. They were like 300 story. I mean, I can't exactly remember. I should Google it. Let's see. How many stories was the Twin Towers? 110 story each. Okay. Hmm. $110 floor. And it was 417 meters. And the tallest building in Perth is tallest building in Perth is Rio Tinto building with 249 meters. So 249 versus 417. So it was, and it was 50 story. So we went in 50-story building. It's a massive building, right? 249 meters. And those ones was nearly double that. I mean, yeah. I mean, there was but double story, basically. 51 story, and there was 110. So yeah, basically double story. So imagine double that. Yeah, and how do you think that thing will fall? Anyway. And we went also to the Burj Khalifa. I think we were in the 400 meters. We didn't went to the top because private exclusive or pay extra. Then F off, not paying extra. So I think it's for the elite or the Illuminati or whatever. I mean, you can pay if you want. I'm just joking, but it's not worth it. I think halfway is already pretty high. So yeah, 417 meters, the Twin Towers. So what is the most? And I just had a fun as like, what's trending? You know, Teen Vogue. I don't know what that magazine is, but it's like saying the 11 most popular conspiracy theory in recent history. So according to them, because I'll do my own. But anyway, according to them, is the first one is the myth about the Holocaust. So they're saying between 41 and 45, 6 million Jews were killed across Europe in an horrific genocide. Despite the fact that the Holocaust is one of the best documented in history, there's for the population that don't believe it happened. Don't believe it happened. I don't know. I think Hollywood didn't milk that enough, maybe. Maybe it's just a controversy to make more Hollywood movies about Soldier Ryan or what was the other one? The Schindler List. I mean, all these are great, but it's still fiction in Hollywood. I'll tell you what the real Schindler List is getting people during COVID that couldn't go to work, give them job, give them pay, keep them going. That was the real Schindler List, individually. So anyway, well, not much to say on that one. Apparently it's number one. I don't see why. The CIA, number two, the CIA and in JFK assassination. Well, what's not true about that? It's like they killed their own president, and it's pretty much known. It's a known fact. I mean, they even released documents recently. You can check it out, and yeah, the CIA orchestrated to kill their own president. And then you're surprised why you have election frauds and all of that. And that's the thing. If you don't get the bottom of it, I mean, that was 1963. Oswald was arrested on November 22, 1963 for apparently assassinating President John Kennedy. I mean, what an easy guy. It was like you arrest the guy that apparently killed the president, and then the guy get killed. Done, case closed. And the guy that killed Kennedy got to jail, and he was terminally illness. He died. So case closed. Nothing to see here. Bye bye. And yeah, it was only that guy from a distance. I mean, you have to be a pretty amazing shooter. Moving a moving target. I mean, that's the thing I would love to see. So go to that place. You know what I would like to do? It's like I like to go to that place and basically reproduce exactly the same condition. Or I tell you, they should do a myth buster on myth, So they should get, I don't know, a snapper guy. I mean, that guy was not even a professional shooter. But anyway, you get a guy that know what he's talking about, and you put them exactly in the same condition with the lights and everything, whatever. And you and you make like they will do on Mythbuster. They'll bring a car, because I mean you can talk about something as much as you like, but as long as you not try to reproduce it, you don't know if it's true. They can take you for a ride. They can, but if you try to do it again, then you'll know if it's possible or not. So anyway, they reproduce exactly the same condition, and then you have the guy try to do exactly the same shot at the same time that Oswald did or was recorded, and see if he can hit his target. That'll be interesting to see. So yeah, the CIA killed his president. Yeah, well, what a surprise. No, it's not. 3. The moon landing was fake. Ready? In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first human to land on the surface of the moon. Or did they? Just kidding. No. Well, I think there's a double story about this. That's my take on it. But I think it's they did actually went there and land on the moon. But for insurance policy, we never saw the footage. We never saw it. Imagine if they're going to send some people on the moon, and the first thing they do is he fell down, he broke his ankle, and his suit burst off, and he died on live TV in front of the whole world. Do you think they're going to let that happen? No way. Or they arrive there and there's bloody grays or there's aliens, you know, with the UFO around the barbecue on the moon. Will they show that to you? I was like, no, you'll be like, what sausage are they eating? Is that human sausage? I don't know. I don't think you'll feel really invited. So I don't think they want to show that at all. Or whatever was basically footed on the real thing was kept in a secret box, like basically like the top secret of top secret, even more than JFK or whatever, because the UFO subject is the top priority of top priority, because I think that's what's keeping the planet all bound. Basically that's the biggest thinking grid around our freedom is the alien thing, problems, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, so I think for insurance purposes, they asked Stanley Kubrick, you know, to do some to reproduce, because that guy was smart. So they reproduced some footage on the studio, whatever you call it. On the studio, they made it so real and so great. I mean, hand to the guy. Bravo to the guy. I mean, that was pretty well done what he did. And you know, and then they show those fake footage live. And I mean, at the time, why would you have any idea what you will see? Why would you have any idea if it's not the real thing? And that's probably they did that. They say, well, we did that for the moon. We can do that for 9/11. You know, who knows? And anyway, maybe there's some idea there too. But I think that's what happened for insurance purposes. They filmed that in the studio before, and then they pretend it was happening live when maybe the real guy was up there, but we never saw that footage. That footage is kept, I think, in deep underground background in Area 51 or some bunkers in the Spielberg movie or something. It would be interesting to see it for yourself, but I think what we saw was an insurance movie film to make us feel great that America did it. And it was the biggest great propaganda. We did it. You know, we're going to go to the moon. Not because it's easy, but because it's hard. And they did it, but we probably didn't see it. So yeah, but anyway, that's a great. It's a great conspiracy, that one. I love it. The moon, the moon, the moon landing, and the moon itself. Can talk about that for a long time, but then what we got. So yeah, I got a bit of a cough lately for some reason. I don't know. So Princess Diana's death was not an accident. Well, I don't know. There's lots of facts about that. There's lots of controversy. Look, I don't think they wanted, at the end of the day, I don't think they wanted her anywhere near that weirdos of Prince Charles or now King III or whatever, who's telling us about the Great Reset. Do you think that someone who's basically announced the Great Reset on TV 3 years ago now, or 2 years ago, before pandemic or whatever, I can't remember when it was it. Somebody probably will find it. will want to have a wife like Diana, an English royalty that's basically based on German blood, an English royalty, whatever that is. If any of your, like Luther King was saying, I think people should be judged by the color of the character, not by the color of the skin, or basically by the color of what they accomplish in the world, not by who they are in society, like the royals. Who need royals those days? It's just a joke. We started like this. You should do like the French. I mean, I remember when I was young, there was like the Queen was doing like a fundraiser or something, and I was asking everybody for yellow pieces, yellow coins. It's like, well, you cannot donate even yourself. Do something that you ask us, the poor, the people, to pay for you looking good, whatever that was at the time, something in Africa or something, when they basically went to every continent on earth and did horrible atrocities, the kingdoms, and they want us to feel sorry for them and give you coins. I mean, how ridiculous. And she cannot even send a bit of a fortune by herself, or just basically give back what you stole. That would be good enough. No. She has us to donate stuff. Anyway, 9/11 was an inside job. Well, what's not true about that? I don't know what to say. 9/11. What a joke. What about Tower 7? Just fell for himself. I mean, look at a Jenga. You think I can fall that Jenga straight on itself? I think if I push it at the bottom, but if I push it on the top, it's not going to fall straight. So you see, you got a plane coming up. Well, can't see it, but it's still up. There's still structure there. There's still half of it standing. So this is just a Jenga. There's no infrastructure. There's no steam bins. There's nothing. There's no concrete. It's made to fall. I don't think the engineer building to fall at the time. Basically, if you're an architect, I don't think that's the idea. I'm gonna make a building, and if it falls, it's gonna fall straight and kill everybody at it. Basically, I'm gonna design it to fail from the top to the bottom. Yeah, that makes sense. Not from the bottom to the top. I mean, if you look at demolitions, there's lots of way, but natural demolition, they fall down the side, they fall to the left. I mean, there's always so many random odds that can impact the way it falls. So many different things, but no. This one straight down, and not just once, but 3 times, because there's Tower 1, whatever, Tower 2, and then you've got Building 7, and then you've got the Pentagon that's got hit by an airplane that without any engine or something, or there's no camera that day. The Pentagon is like, all right, I'm gonna do a break in the bank when I know there's gonna be no camera in that day. What are the odds? So it's a bit of a joke, really. No camera in the Pentagon. And the worst thing is, like, they were pretty quick to clean up, and no camera in that day. Of all day, you had to choose that day, to be no camera. I guess it's like a January 6th. There's camera, but we couldn't see it. So I wanted the same story for the Pentagon. There were probably camera, just for the national security reason. You can't see a plane crashing. Maybe that's because there's no plane crashing. You can disprove what's real. You can only prove you can only try to hide what's not real. This is just one or the other. As simple as that. So, like I was saying I met a soldier, a guy that was working in the army back in the days, and he was saying, he worked in Africa somewhere, and there was a plane that crashed on a cliff back in the day, and he was telling me about a story about every, I don't know, I think 10 years or something, every decade, they had a ceremony to commemorate the people who died there. So there was, like he said, basically there was 20 or 30 years later, they went there, and there was still the airplane, there was still the seats. You can still see the seat in the basically in the jungle-ish, in the greenery that grow over it. You can still see the seat, you can still see the engine, you can still see the propellers. Everything was there. That was 30 years ago. But the Pentagon, no, it vaporized itself. Poof. Poof. Vaporized itself. Yeah. You want to believe that? That's not true. That's a magic trick. That's what you should call it. It's like it's a Copperfield effect. That's smear and mirrors. If you can't see for what it is, then you can't see at all. You've just been tricked. You've been, it's an illusion. It's just a magic trick. Yeah, it's been vaporized. Yeah. Good idea. It's like, imagine you go to a restaurant, random restaurant, and I want a steak, a big steak. You pay money for it and whatever, and the thing arrive, and the waiters distract you for something for a second, and you go back to your plate, no steak. And you're like, oh, that's weird. And you ask the waiter, so did you serve me a steak? I say, oh, yeah, serve you a steak. Well, where is it? So and she was like, it vaporized. It was there, and it's gone. Then you question yourself, is it I'm crazy? Or she's playing a trick on me? Or this is a fraud? Well, I'll let you think about it, because I think 9/11 is one of the biggest fraud we have seen. Not just that, because imagine of the faults behind it. If you think that happened, it's more to that than just a random accident or Pentagon or whatever. It's the idea behind it. It's like you're basically willing to kill. Where is the? Oh, let me stop sharing. So that's 9/11. I just saw what's the next one. Yeah. So stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna stop here because I want to stop. I stop on 9/11 now. I do my own. I'll do the next one later. But yeah, and that's the meditation process for next time. Maybe we'll think about that. It's how you stop screening. And there you go. That's me again. So think about that. It's like those people. I didn't adjust my camera. Those people are willing to kill 3,000 or so of their own people to justify their action, and go kill more people in Iraq that had no justification for it. Bombs of weapons of mass destruction. The whole thing was a lie. So they created a lie to pursue another lie to achieve the goal, basically, and to take over a country. Saddam, who I think didn't have a central bank at the time and was wanted to make his own money because they're full of oil there. And they were saying that's for massive weapons of mass destruction when Iraq is full of oil. And are we running on a petrodollar? Anyway, they really think we're brain dead. So imagine, we say right now there's no evil in the world. Well, you just saw You just saw the evil. You just saw it, but you choose to ignore it. That's what's wrong. It's like COVID. You know, it's like Peterson. I say, try to be a better person. Well, just don't ignore what you. Don't do nothing. You certainly know how to make it worse, but you can know how to make it better. And ignoring a thing, it's like that Bob Dylan song. How many people is gonna die? How many people? Oh, dang, what is it again? How many people? How many times you're gonna turn your head before to see? Oh god damn! Anyway, you know the song. I'll just get. I love that song, but it must be. What is it again? Bob Dylan. Great. Love his early work and. How many people? Do you know? Blowing in the Wind. Anyway, Blowing in the Wind. I can't remember the exact lyric, but listen to that song. It's exactly what I'm saying. It's like, how many times you're going to ignore it? And Jordan Peterson, listen to that too. On that, my friend, that's all I'm going to say for now. And April is here. So it's going to get cold here. I mean, rainy, cold. And it's going to get hotter in North Hemisphere. So with this, peace, folks. And we'll see you next time.